Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What did I tell you about 5 hours ago in that video I made about chanting Putin, Putin in Turkey in that football game, soccer game between Fenerbahce and Dynamo Kiev? People don't like free speech, the authorities. They like free speech as long as you, vomit back their mantra. Whatever their script. When you have something that might not fit their narrative, then they will start calling you names. They will say that freedom of speech is not meant for that kind of thing, or they would fine you. They will do something. In this case, if you're familiar with what happened, it's in a Champions League game at Fenerbahce, played against Dynamo Kiev in Turkey, and the picture that I saw over there in the article, it showed some screens, showing support Ukraine and the war and the Ukrainian flag. Well, that's a political message that people who go watch football or any other sport are not interested in. If they want, they can tune in to those liars on the TV and they can get whatever those guys are going to feed them with a spoon. When they go to watch soccer, they want to watch soccer and that's it, or football. The problem is these handlers, they decided to make propaganda, obviously. So, according to the article I posted, I made a video on, only when the Dynamo Kiev, Ukrainian soccer team, scored against Fenerbahce, Fenerbahce's fans started chanting Putin, Putin, Vladimir Putin, Putin, Putin. Now, freedom of speech, 100%. Do I agree with that? With the freedom of speech? I agree. Do I agree with that kind of thing? I don't like it. I don't think it was nice, but I don't care if it's nice or not nice. The freedom of speech. I don't care if your feelings were hurt or your feelings were hurt. And the first thing I want to say that those guys already started the little propaganda with the flags and support Ukraine and why? Maybe some people support Russia. Maybe some people see this issue differently. We're not supposed to? Well, there's many reasons and many facts that will actually show that the situation over there with Russia and Ukraine is not black and white. And some people might have a different opinion. Or are we supposed to be regimented and all of us have the same opinion? Obviously, we have to have all the same opinion these guys determined beforehand, right? So, in this case, I don't think it was nice, but freedom of speech, what do you want? You started with your politics. These guys said, no, let's turn the politics back. I know, it's cruel. It is what it is. Now, in the video I posted, I said these guys probably will be sanctioned because that's the way it goes. They want to teach you a lesson for your free speech that is offensive. As I said, I don't agree with the time and the message. But now you're going to fine them? Why? Because it was insensitive? What? This article comes from Reuters, from today, July 28, 2022. These guys moved fast. UEFA, this is the body of, soccer in Europe. UEFA I think FIFA is international, UEFA is European, I think. To launch disciplinary probe over Putin chants at the Dynamo Kiev soccer match in Turkey. So they will start an investigation. To do what? They'll probably ban the team will play with empty stadium because they gotta teach the citizens a lesson. This is not acceptable to have a offensive. The discussion here is not about being right or wrong. It's offensive or not offensive, which it doesn't really matter in the freedom of speech. I can be as offensive as I want. You can be as offensive as you want. I might not like it, but what am I supposed to do? So turn my face and go the other way. So, UEFA said on Thursday it will start a disciplinary investigation against Turkey's Fenerbahce over what was the club supposed to do? Get some dynamites and or what, grenades and throw it on the fans in the stands? What were they supposed to do? No, they want to teach the fans that they should keep their mouth shut and chant what they're supposed to chant, not something that I might not agree with, or simply they just want to chant that. And I posted something about, united we stand against racism and Black Lives Matter and all that. In a soccer game? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. If people have opinions, that's fine. But that's an organized soccer, football, sporting events. I don't want to hear that Biden is the greatest and Putin is the worst and the other guy, Zelensky, is a hero. I do not go to watch those guys, even though I don't watch them, and watch these kind of messages. It's bad enough they make all kind of commercials, but I understand the commercials saying they pay money. But these guys... So against Turkey's Fenerbahce over a group of its fans chanting Russian President Vladimir Putin's name after conceding a goal at home to Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League qualifier. Okay, so let it go. You make too much, you stir the pot too much, and there will be other people who will do the same thing. Remember with that chant that was here, let's go Brandon chant? Do you remember that one? Just because they pay attention to it and they started banning it. Yeah, they banned the thing in various locations. It's how they call it? It's very insulting. Well, you make it insulting, but... So, Fenerbahce's hopes of competing in Europe's elite Champions League soccer competition this season were dashed by a 2-1 extra time loss to Kiev in a second qualifying round tie in Istanbul on Wednesday. Okay, the other guys were better that day. Vitaly Buyaski put the Ukrainian side, they did that. I'm not going to tell you what happened here, who did. And he had a celebration, this guy Buyalski, who scored for the Dynamo Kiev, had a celebration after scoring and was met with chants of Vladimir Putin, Vladimir Putin, Vladimir Putin by many Fenerbahce fans, prompting an online backlash condemning the Istanbul side's fan. I don't think it was a backlash. Maybe there were some people. How many were there? I don't like when people say, some people say, how many? Because if it's 3, I really don't care. That's not a backslash. How many? How many? Maybe there were some supporters too, were they? No, they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. Yeah, that's what they do. All right, prompting online backlash, condemning the Istanbul side's fans and calling on European governing body UEFA to take action against the club. So a minority, probably, noisy, as I said before, noisy minority, but very active and very energetic, because they don't do anything all day. Nothing. Probably they don't work. All they do is, what else? Am I a victim? Let me check my victimhood status. Did it change? So UEFA said an ethics and disciplinary inspector will conduct a disciplinary investigation regarding alleged misbehavior of Fenerbahce supporters at Dynamo Kiev, adding, what was misbehavior in saying something? Adults. So a bureaucrat will come and will investigate, watch some videos, and decide that the adults misbehaved. So they will have to be sanctioned by mommy and daddy. When you see these things, it really makes you just be on the other side. Just because when you hear these guys, and I'm pretty sure that many people, when they're called all the time, they're called names, and they try to build that kind of a white guilt. I'm talking about here. You know, people who had nothing to do with the issue. Gets, what are you talking about? I'm not guilty of anything. So they create problems by, poking. The same here. The same here. When I look at this, I'm like, well, it was rude. But can people have an opinion? You had an opinion. Is that the only opinion? Yes. So it's very, very tyrannical. Very, very tyrannical. But that's the way our world functions. When I tell you we're going to spread freedom and democracy, that's bullshit. You know that. We know that. Freedom and democracy and the freedom of speech. Yes, women's rights to do this, minority rights to do this, religious rights to do this. See what happened with the Pope? I'm going to make a video on the Pope. He kissed everybody's feet and everything else, and I knew they will not let him off the hook. They will never let him off the hook. He's done. The Pope, the Catholic Church. You see, I'm going to make the movie and I'm going to talk about it. In Canada, he just, thank you very much for, he's slithering on the ground. They will not let him. They got him now. They got him. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just.